Hello my lovely Scorpios, welcome to Taurus Lady channel. This is your love related reading. On the right hand side, how do they see you, the person you're thinking of right now? On the left hand side, how do you see them? So you're gonna look into each other from each other's perspective. So don't be offended or upset if you get cards that may, you may disagree with, because this is how they view you, etc., and how you view them. Then we're gonna pull one card to look into the possible challenge between you two and the obstacles. We can use some clarifiers if there is a need for it. Then we're gonna pull at the end a card that will tell us about the new future, so the outcome, hypothetical, of course. And we'll finish it off with some pieces of advice by pulling two cards, and as well as the oracle cards. How do they see you? Let me just shuffle it a little bit more. How do they view my lovely Scorpio this week? From this week, this is a weekly reading, by the way, from 15th of January up to 22nd of January. How are you being viewed, my lovely Scorpio, by the person you're dealing with in your love department? How are you being viewed, my lovely Scorpio? We got two cards. Ooh, the two strong cards they view you with. Nine of Cups. You are the wish being fulfilled. There are no two doubts about it. They want to marry you. Four of Wands. They love how stable you are, how loyal you are. They feel like you two got a very good foundation based on friendship. Literally, this is the card of wedding. So they want to marry you, are the wish being fulfilled. They've been dreaming of you, Scorpio. Very positive beginning. They also view you with, okay, two cards. The Hermit mode. So sometimes they feel like you isolating yourself, you going into your own world, and Scorpios, you do that sometimes, right? With the Hermit mode, this is the card of soul searching, self-reflection, looking for something. So they sometimes feel like you distancing yourself, Scorpio, and you like shutting down a little bit on them, and they're a little bit confused. Okay, sometimes they feel like you being internally torn. Okay, Five of Wands, like you are not sure about this love. So the moment you distance yourself, or you sort of detaching yourself, maybe it's natural for you, maybe you don't really realize it, but when you do that, when you isolate yourself a little bit from them, because maybe you just want some me time, they think that you questioning whether whether you want to stay in this relationship, or maybe they feel like you internally torn whether you should stay, you should go, or they think that maybe you're thinking of other people. Okay, now, how do you view them, Scorpio? Whew, got a bit hot here. How do you view them this week, from today up to next week? How do you view them? Okay, King of Pentacles, you're dealing with someone who's very, very stable, a provider, good with money. They occupy a very high position in a company, could be CEO, a boss, okay? They are a provider. What you like about them, that they are down to earth, they are not stubborn. No, I mean, what I meant to say, not stubborn, but they are not they're not the kind of person that would show off just because they're successful and possibly rich. They achieve success in their professional life possibly, but they're very happy to guide you and guide their friends and guide people to help them to get to where they are. Okay, so this is a very nice match for you. Someone who's very practical, possibly an earth energy. Okay, could be Capricorn, but more than anything, this is the energy of Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Practical, okay, provider, okay, successful person. You love this about them, by the way. You also view them with whoa, the Fool, someone who's quite got a free spirit in them, and you like that because you love people with free spirit. You yourself, I feel like you often wandering or like driven, going into this mode of the hermit, because you have that free spirit in you when you always like to think about your life and where you're going. This is someone who's maybe having a new chapter in their life, or maybe someone who has got like a free spirit, okay? They like to travel, maybe they're about to travel somewhere, but they're having a new beginning in their life. Maybe they went through some transformation. Maybe it's your influence on them, because Scorpio, what's nice about you, are a very spiritual person. You're very deep and you understand what's important in life. And you see, if you're dealing with someone who's always been working hard to make the money, I think, your presence in their life made them realize that money isn't everything, that you got to put faith into destiny and follow your passion. So your presence in their life made them aware of, following passion, following the destiny in life. So whether you are together or not, you left you left footprints, on their life. You changed them from focusing on money, just being practical, and you shifted them towards focusing, why am I here? What is my destiny? Okay. You also view them with Swords. So this person you're dealing with, they can be quite blindfolded sometimes. I mean, they're quite negative. They're quite a negative person, okay? Maybe they've been going through something difficult. They're emotionally blocked right now, and they've been blindfolded. Maybe because they were focusing on creating this stability in their life so much. They've worked so many hours, they've done overtime, that they sort of got to the point when they became emotionally unavailable, okay? And they're quite negative when it comes to love, I think. Though your presence, like I said, gives them awakening, sets them free from just focusing on practicality in life. So what is their main blockage between you two? What is the possible challenge, Scorpio? Okay, we've got Knight of Swords. So someone here, this is a fast coming, this is a communication issues, but someone here really, really wants to speak out the truth, or someone already said something that was true, but it was quite ruthless. So you two might have had an exchange of words that was a little bit ruthless. And I don't think it's you, Scorpio, because you always think before you say. But this disagreement, bickering they had with you, put you in your head, Scorpio, and they know it. And possibly the reason why they're in Eight of Swords mode, they're putting themselves in this negative mindset, because they said something to you, something that might have been hurtful, okay? Let's clarify it. What Knight of Swords? So communication issues. Someone is a bit too ruthless in their communication. Maybe they've already said something. Throwing words at someone without thinking about the consequences of the words, okay? But speaking the truth. Someone is here very truthful, but they can't keep their mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Like the brain, the mouth is faster than the brain. What is the blockage? Knight of Swords. A little bit immature when it comes to communication. They can't think before they speak. Let's clarify Knight of Swords as the challenge blockage for Scorpio and the person they're dealing with. Let's clarify Knight of Swords. We got, okay, Four of Pentacles, holding on to possessions, holding on to security, financial problems, blocking a change. Someone is resisting, or what's resisting this change? You might be dealing with an earth sign. This is earth sign's energy, but not necessarily someone who's got that in the astrological chart, birth chart. Someone who's like resisting a change, and every time you try to possibly tell them that, you know, it is good for you to take a new chapter in your life, which they, I think, eventually are taking, they would fight you off because they were afraid, or are afraid of losing stability in their life. They're holding on to possessions, they're protecting their possessions. They're a bit more materialistic person than you are, Scorpio. That's what you need to understand here. Also, we've got financial issues. Let's clarify Knight of Swords. Nine of Swords. Knight of Swords goes. Knight of Swords go clarify with Nine of Swords. So feeling guilty, worried. Someone is, you know, suffering, worried, self-punishing themselves. Going through short-term depression almost. Something keeps them up at night. So whatever. So someone is aware that, you know, I think it's the person you're dealing with, that they holding on to security, they resisting change, they don't want to change their life. Okay? And they might have said something to you to push you away. And you know, but that's something that, you know, kept them up, keeps them up at night at the same time. So they're very regretful about what they've said. So now let's look into the possible outcome for you two. What is the possible outcome for you and the person you're dealing with? Then we're gonna clarify other cards. What is the outcome for Scorpio and the person they're dealing with? Let me just do another shuffle. What is the possible hypothetical outcome? Okay, the Star in the reverse position. You two are not coming out strong together here, okay? The Star in the upright is about having that hope in the situation. There's little hope in this situation. There's a very little hope. Maybe someone needs healing as well, okay? Or someone here is not revealing really who they are. They're not revealing themselves truly, whether it's you or them. And there's little hope in this situation. Let's clarify, why is there little hope? Why is someone not revealing? Maybe because someone is not showing who they really are. And you two are not coming out as a strong, this is not a strong connection. Outcome, let's clarify the Star in the reverse position. 2 cards, again, wow, what's the other one? So we've got Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position, okay? So, here, this situation is lacking practicality. Someone sees you here, or sees this connection as it's not practical. And then we've got Judgment, you know, so someone already learned in the past, you know, they learned their lessons and they don't want to repeat the same lesson. And that is the issue, you know. That's why they would fight you off. That's why they would protect themselves by saying stuff that was possibly ruthless. You know, that doesn't mean change the situation that they view someone, you know, they wish fulfilled. They, you know, would see as a marriage material. But the fight with you possibly, Lord, they know you can be quite argumentative here. And with the Hermit, you know, you sometimes go in your little shell and you don't come out for some time. I want to know, why do you view them as the Fool? Someone's quite free spirit. You view them as the Fool. Let's clarify why you view them. Or either having a new chapter, maybe without you, after saying what they've said, which puts them in a negative mindset, but they still like going ahead with it. Okay, they're moving forward here. They're traveling. So this person is traveling. You're dealing with. They're moving forward in their life. Okay. One more card. King of Swords. You know, they're being logical, analytical, and they're moving for a new chapter in their life. They're free-spirited, but they're, you know, they're making decisions based on their logic. So even I feel like you touched them and they became a bit more spiritual thanks to you. They still making decisions to protect their stability in their life. What is the piece of advice? But before we get a piece of advice, I want to get the Romance Angel cards so we can get more out of it. 2 cards for Scorpio and the person they're dealing with. Oh my goodness, sorry. Yeah, I don't like recording on this phone because it cuts off after 23 minutes, which is good for me because I always create way too long videos, but I always get worried. But we've got still quite a long time. We've got 8 minutes. So 2 cards, Scorpio. 1, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So it looks like very soon. Something's gonna happen very soon here. One more card. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay, so these are 2 messages for you. Now, I want to get one more, just because we've got time. Reconciliation. Okay, so this one is reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. But there's little hope in it according to the cards. Okay. Now, let's clarify the blockage that interests me. Can we get one more card for blockage? Okay, reconciliation in the reverse position, soulmates in the reverse position. So I feel like, you know, the blockages, this is not a soulmate connection. And we've got reconciliation here, lovers, I mean, soulmates in the reverse position. So someone here is fighting, or maybe someone here, you know, because we're going, is fighting off the soulmate connection. You see, the soulmate, because they don't want to lose stability, security, or life, because they rather, you know, they hold tightly to the security, the possessions, and that's keeping them up at night. That is very exhausting for them because they're pushing away the soulmate. That's why there's little hope, because someone thinks this is not practical. Someone here is not, you know, hasn't got money, finances here, possibly. And we've got the judgment. Someone's learned the lessons in the past. Now, let's get 2 cards as the piece of advice, Scorpio, for you and the person you are dealing with. It's mainly for you because this is a reading purely for you, Scorpio. And we've got 3 minutes. Sorry about that. I'm going to pull 2 cards as the piece of advice for Scorpio and the person they're dealing with. Meditation is always good. Meditate, sleep on it, think. Okay, gather your strength to become strong. Okay, because I feel like, you know, this card, 4 of Swords, is about coming back from the battle. This is a soldier. He's resting, or she's resting, after failing in the battle, after being defeated. But this soldier is not pointing the fingers at others. He's blaming himself. Why did this not work out? Where did I go wrong? He's repeating his action, his words, in what he's done, what he said in his mind all over again. He's gathering his strength. He's clearing his mind, and he's trying to understand that sometimes in life we do not win. Sometimes in life we do not have what we want. We're learning. And this is the self-reflection moment. That's the advice for you. Self-reflect on the situation. What did you learn? Gather your strength and pick yourself up when you're strong. Because every situation teaches us something new. Every failure is a lesson, whether it's in love or any aspect of our life. Why? Because someone, he came way too strong. Okay, Knight of Wands, someone rushed into something without having a plan. And I think what you're learning from this lesson is there's no point rushing into something too quickly. Okay, because Knight of Wands, very much like you, Scorpio, passionate this Knight is. Okay, we learn from this Knight of Wands that we can love someone like you can fall in love at like an impulse. You know, it's quick, rushing into a relationship, into love, into commitment. Okay, and then being burned. So what you may be learning from this lesson, Scorpio, for the future, that it's good to take your time. The passion is amazing, but it's good to take your time. It's good to have a little plan before you commit. Have a little plan, okay? So when you find yourself, opposing an army of 100 horses, issues in a relationship, you are able to face it, because Knight of Wands isn't. Okay, so I think the advice is, self-reflect, meditate. What did you learn from it? Why did you maybe come way too strong, or not even that. It's about rushing into. It was a hasty decision to enter this relationship, to enter this connection, okay? So next time you got to hold your horses before you move into, love department. You know what I'm saying? Before you decide to put a label on, take your time. Don't rush things. That is what we're learning from this. That is the advice. Don't do anything irrational this week. Just stay there, self-reflect. Meditate in silence. It's important you don't do anything hasty. No actions. This can wait. Whatever you want to do with this person, talk to them, all of this can wait. Just give it some time. Okay. Alright, just give it some time. Give it some time. I've shuffled, so I don't know what is the bottom of the deck, but I may shuffle it, Alright then. So, this is the end of the reading, love-related reading. Please have a look into the best job for you for 2020. It's you can find it on the main page of my playlist. Okay, thank you, Scorpios, and please tune in for the reading next week. Bye bye.